Hey all, it's Linda. Welcome back to my channel, and for today's video I'm super freaking excited because I received possibly what might be the most beautiful PR package I've ever received, and I am going to be talking about the Sigma and Beauty and the Beast collection. Look at this package. Look at the size of this packaging, okay? Look at the size of this. It is so beautiful, but if we're being honest, the entire collection does not need to be in a box that size, okay? Because it fits entirely into this little bag, which is part of the collection. So what I want to show you, first, I think I want to show you a little bit of an unboxing of when I received this package so you can see, what I saw when I opened it. But we are going to go over each product. I'm going to show you swatches. I'm going to let you know my opinions of whether or not I really do think it's worth it, because Sigma Beauty is a more expensive brand to a lot of people. So I really want you to know all the details. I have not tried any of this on my face. I have only done swatches, so I'm really excited to do a look with this today. You guys might not know this. You all know this. I'm a Disney adult, okay? I'm a proud freaking Disney adult, and I came of age in the 90s when it was the boom, right? We had Aladdin, we had Lion King, we had Beauty and the Beast, okay? We had Little Mermaid, which is the one who I resonated with most deeply, and definitely is not probably a psychological reason why I dyed my hair red from a very early age. But anyway, I want to go over all these pieces with you and show you it and talk about it. But first, let me show you what this package looked like when I did an unboxing. It is the most beautiful packaging I've ever received, legitimately, and I'm going to have a very hard time getting rid of it. When you open it up, it is a hinged box, so you do have that ribbon hinge, and all of the pieces were placed just beautifully in there. It looked like a makeup display you'd see at Sephora, and there were fake rose petals strewn about, and each of the items just looked so beautiful. I don't know another way to describe it. It was just one of these moments where I became extraordinarily appreciative of you guys, as cheesy as that sounds, because without you guys watching my videos, I wouldn't be receiving things like this. So please know, anytime I receive anything like this, I am so thankful to the brands, of course, but I am ultimately beyond thankful to all of you, because without you, I wouldn't get things like this. But anyway, now that you've seen the way the package looked when I opened it, let's go over each item. So I do want to tell you that all of this was released on October 17th, so it should be available now. I hope it's all available. As the time I'm filming this, it is all available. Let's start with kind of the obvious showstopper of everything, and that is the Disney Beauty and the Beast and Sigma eyeshadow palette. So the packaging is beautiful and kind of mirrors that PR package. Now, something I admit I usually don't pay attention to and throw away immediately is, how eyeshadow palettes will come with that cover on it. Well, I don't know if you can see. Let me take this off. This one is so pretty too. It's got the Beauty and the Beast logo. It's got the flowers. I don't know, it's just really pretty, so I might keep it. But we do have a 12-pan eyeshadow palette. I'm going to show you close-ups on screen of this right now. And I have to be honest, you guys, I was not necessarily thrilled for this when I saw it online, and then I saw it in person, and I'm swooning over it, legitimately swooning over this palette. There's a great mix of really foiled metallics and shimmers and mattes, and some that almost feel like a cream to matte, like that shade Forbidden, that really deep dark brown. That is the shade that surprised me the most when I was swatching it, because it went on so creamy and beautifully. I'm in love with it, and that's a shade I might hit pan on, to be honest, the dark brown of all things. But for the most part, this is a very neutral palette. We do have a warm kind of brown color story, but you do have these spots in there that I feel like are really unique. The shade Beast is a very deep, dark navy blue, a matte navy blue, and I feel like that's so appropriate because of the Beast's cape. And then Potts is this very unique to my collection, kind of purpley matte magenta. That's the only one where I have to admit I was kind of confused at why they would select that color. But then I remembered that she had kind of designs on her that were that color. And we've got Rose Petal, which is the shifty pink metallic. I think they did a bang up job with these colors. The only thing I would have liked to see, the shade Belle is a very, very light champagne shimmer. I would have liked a straight up bold yellow shimmer, just a very, very vibrant one that looked like her dress, like a very kind of deep, very rich tone. So that's the only shade that I have to admit I was a little about, but the shade itself is beautiful. If it was named anything but Belle, like that shade could have definitely been Lumiere's shade because it's very glowy, but that's literally my only gripe about it. But this palette does retail for $59. Now I will say the one piece that I didn't receive, there is a mini version of this eyeshadow palette, as Sigma does often, and that retails for $32. So if you think you're not going to use all of these, maybe go for the mini palette instead. Also, I forgot to say as I'm going through this, everything's going to be linked down below, but I also do have a discount code with Sigma, which gets you some money off, but full disclosure, it is an affiliate code. So if you use that, I get a little bit of a kickback, and if you choose to shop that way, thank you so much for supporting my channel in that way. But let's keep going. So the next piece, sorry, my heart. This is the cheek palette, okay? And cheek palettes and I sometimes agree and sometimes don't. This one and I, we are going to agree. We're going to be best friends. We're going to be neighbors. We're going to be pals. We have two shades of blush, okay? One is called Something Sweet, which is a very rosy pink shade. We also have Beauty Within, which is more of a brown tone with a lovely, lovely satiny finish. And then we have a bright highlight called Lumiere that has that gold tinge to it. It's just really, really vibrant, but it looks natural at the same time. Sigma's highlighters are always very finely milled, very gleaming, glow from within. So you're not going to see that glitter sitting on top of the skin. And this, at least in the swatch, was no different. I really, really love this. And this retails for $39. Now these are big pans. Like if you can see, it's like almost the whole length of my finger here. These are big pans. I don't think this is something you'll go through very quickly. And on top of it, I think that these are pretty flattering shades on most skin tones. Not all skin tones, of course, but most. So I think that you'll get a lot of use out of this. And by you, I mean me. I am going to get so much use out of this. Also, I love how slim and lightweight the packaging is, because I feel like with a lot of cheek palettes, there are these big bulky things. There is no wasted space in here at all. You've got like, you know, this tiny, tiny rim around it, but I really appreciate things like that. Also, I dropped the lining. Oh wait, there you go. Now you can see it. Oh. But we are not getting rid of these linings. I just can't. They're too pretty. The next piece I want to talk about is the Beauty and the Beast brush set that also comes with this bag. Look how beautifully shimmery this bag is. It's just really lovely. I also like how it's in kind of a teardrop shape, and this is kind of sturdy too, which I like. It will not stand up on its own. Even though it's a little more flat here, I can't really get it to stand up on its own. Wait, nope. So I don't think it's great for that. You know, it doesn't have like a wide bottom, but it's so pretty. And on the inside, we have gold and we have Belle and Beauty, and Belle is Beauty. Maybe the Beast is Beauty, right? Okay, at the end, he was not very handsome, and I think we all preferred him as the Beast, and he totally could have gotten it as the Beast. It's that bestiality. Demonetized. I digress. Anyway, so these do come together. You do get the bag with the brushes for $89, and that is the most expensive piece of the collection. But with that, you are getting 5 brushes and a really good high quality makeup bag. So there are different brushes in the collection, but they do have a version of one of my favorites. So this is the F46 Angled Foundation brush. So it is one of the more dense brushes. I like this though for applying cream bronzers. That you can use this, of course, for foundation. I have a different version of this brush that I use for cream bronzer though. It is fantastic, and I love the detail with like the navy blue handles and the gold ferrule with this one's got the Beast on it here. Oh wait, they're all different. I didn't even know that. So this one has the Beast. Let's go to the next one. Okay, so this is the F44 Powder Sculpt brush. Now I'm not sure if this is a brush I'm going to use as often. It's very flat, it's domed on the top, and it's very, very soft, but I don't do a whole lot of powder sculpting in general. I'm not a huge powder person in general, so when I'm using powder, I'm just kind of throwing it on. But this is a beautiful brush, and we do have Belle here on the ferrule for this one. Then the next brush, what's the character we have? We have Cogsworth. Oh my goodness. So this is the E55 eye shading brush. Very flat, very dense, and very fluffy. This is always a brush I will use. We do have this one that has Lumiere. This is E24, the diffused blend. Again, I use these brushes. I have so many of these from Sigma. I use these brushes like nobody's business. I could have 50 of these and I feel like it wouldn't be enough. We do have a dome shape. It is more flattened here, and it is very fluffy, very soft. And finally, a brush that I will also use the hell out of. This one has Chip on it. I think that's Chip and not Mrs. Potts. Yes, it's Chip. This is the E15 Flat Definer. This is a very, very, this is a firm, flat, short brush. This is what I particularly like to use when I'm using a shadow as liner, and I like to press it right into the lash line there. This is my dream brush for that. So again, you get this whole kit. This part of it is $89. And finally, there is the mini lip set. So you do receive all 3 of these when you purchase it. It's $29. I have not yet used the Sigma lip creams. This is one of the things I'm most excited about, especially because when I swatched these, they felt so good. They felt so creamy. They had such a shine, but they were stable enough that they didn't feel like they were going to disappear off your lips immediately. But we do have 3, I was going to say flavors. We do have 3 colors here. So I hope I'm saying these correctly. The colors that we have are Adventure, Bonjour, and oh my gosh, such small writing, Spellbound. I genuinely think I will use all 3 of these. When I first opened it, I was like, oh, these look like way too light. They look just not great. These look like they might all be beautiful. Again, that retails for $29. Let me tell you about the full pricing. If you want the set that I got here, this set is $173 with a value of $216. So $173, and you're getting the brushes, an eye palette, a cheek palette, the bag, 3 lipsticks. Like, you're getting the full collection, and I think that's kind of amazing. If you want the full set with just the miniature eyeshadow palette, that's $150. And if you want the full set, the everything, it's $199. Retails for $248. So you're saving almost $50 if you buy all of it together. But not everyone is going to want to buy the whole thing. So it is time. It is time. I want to do a look with this palette. I want to test out the cheek products. I want to use those lip creams so bad. I do have on my foundation. I have on my eyebrows. I have like a little bit of bronzer, if you will, and I want to use this stuff. Now, if there's something in here where I think that I'm not going to get use out of it, namely some of the brushes, I'm going to put it aside. Like, this is the one that I'm not so sure I would get a use out of, but I do have a friend who I think would really love this, and this would make like a lovely gift. So even if you look at this brush set and you're like, I don't necessarily want all of these make amazing gifts because Sigma is they have some of the best brushes out there. Okay, I've talked a lot. I have already primed my eyes. I used the Urban Decay Primer Potion, and I want to go in with this palette. So I think I'm going to be boring as hell today, y'all. I think I'm going to be boring as hell and do kind of a very neutral, bronzy brown look with shimmer on the lid. And I know that sounds boring. I know it. And maybe I think I'm going to use some of the Beast as liner, like a little navy blue liner to kick it up. But here's the thing. I have a regular, very corporate 9-to-5 job, okay? And as much as I would love to wear neon green with like blue liner and rhinestones everywhere, and they probably wouldn't mind. For the most part, I do wear a lot of neutral makeup during the day. I'm on a lot of Zoom calls, things like that. So I want to see if this palette is good for me to use on, the everyday. Also, I don't think I mentioned this, but the palette does come with a double-ended brush that has the E38 diffused crease and the the E54 medium sweeper, and there's a rose on the ferrule. So the palette also comes with a really nice brush. I like something a little fluffier than this for the crease though, and I just looked and I don't have a fluffy Sigma crease brush, which I'm kind of shocked at. So I'm going to be using my BK Beauty 201, and I'm dipping into Cogsworth, which is just a very warm matte brown. It just looks very, very rich. And for that, I am going to just place that on the outer corner and crease. Again, this look is going to be quite neutral. I might make it a little bit smokier than normal, but it is going to be quite neutral because I want to see if this is like the neutral palette of my dreams and your dreams. Sigma shadows just make life easier. They are just so easy to apply. So tell me, as a kid and as an adult, what was and or is your favorite Disney movie? I will say that for a very, very long time, it was Little Mermaid. Little Mermaid was like my number one. I loved Ariel so, so much, and I still do. But as I've gotten a little bit older, it is Moana now. I am such a Moana girl. I love Lin-Manuel Miranda, so like he kind of can do no wrong in my eyes, which is why I also love Encanto. And, even the new Little Mermaid where they had some new songs in there, those were all written by Lin-Manuel Miranda. So, now I'm a Moana girl, but I would love to know what your absolute favorite is because I know for so many it is Beauty and the Beast. If we're talking non-animated though, I guess this is kind of animated, but I am still very much a sucker for Mary Poppins. The original, by the way, the original with Dick Van Dyke and Julie Andrews. I have a very soft spot for Dick Van Dyke in general. I love him. We must protect him at all costs. So yes. All right, I want to go in with this diffused blend, and I am going to dip into, let's see, I can't decide if I want Bookworm or Runway. Let's go into Bookworm. So Bookworm is a deeper color, and it definitely has a little bit more of a cool tone to it. I'm tapping away the extra. There was quite a bit of extra there, still tapping. And for this, I'm going to pack this right on the edge, and then I'm going to use this same brush to blend deeper into the crease. This is just going to add a little bit of dimension. It's kind of, no, actually, never mind. I was going to say it's difficult to see the difference, but it's not. Now, this does have a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of a satin finish to it, but it's not like shimmery or anything like that. Ooh, I do like the way that this is adding some dimension and drama. And also, I know you saw me tap a whole lot of product away, but I do have zero fallout on my face. So just, you know, this is the kind where just give it a little bit of a tap and I'm sure you'll be fine. Oh, this brush feels very soft. I actually haven't used this specific brush before. I thought I had, but I don't think I have. Like, no, this brush I'm into. Oh, that's a really nice color. I'm also going to take that and put that right under my eyes. This color especially, you definitely want to tap off though. I see a lot flying around, but it's not winding up on my face. See, why is this so pretty already? I feel good in browns, like, and I kind of feel good that I feel good in browns. That makes me happy. So I'm going to try something different. I'm going to take the E55 eye shading brush, and this is the color that I was talking about that is so unique, Forbidden. It is very deep and dark, but when you tap it away, there's nothing because it felt so creamy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to gently stamp this in the outer corner. Like, do you see how instantly pigmented that one was? That's kind of intense, so maybe just one dip will be enough. Yep, one dip is going to be enough for both of my eyes for sure. Just to add some of that like drama right in the outer edge. Look at that. This color is so cool and like, I don't know, I'm pretty impressed with this formula too. It's fine if it's a little messy on the lid. I'm going to go back in with some more of Cogsworth and just really blend out and diffuse those edges. Gosh, these are all like blending together so easily. I like that. I like that. Okay. I want to dip into like 84 of these, but guys, what I'm going to do, I can't help it. I'm going to dip into Little Town, which is just a very shimmery metallic gold. This feels so soft, and look at it. Look, it matches my sweater. It matches everything. Shake off the excess, and let's see what it looks like with no glitter glue. Little Town, it's a quiet village. Okay, so... When you apply this with your finger and no glitter glue, I have a significant amount of fallout. I'm going to apply it the same way on the other eye just to keep it consistent, but I would suggest using this one either wet or with a glitter glue. Not because the metallic will be necessarily any bolder, but I do have quite a bit of fallout from applying with my finger. But it is such a pretty color. Oh my gosh. Yep, both eyes. A lot of fallout. Hold. There goes the baker with his tray like always. All right, that was actually very easy to clean up. I don't have streaks on my face. There is a little bit of glitter hanging out, but I don't hate that. This is so pretty. Look at this. I know that this is just a simple look, but if I'm being honest, just like sometimes an easy, simple look is what you need. All right, I want to take this more fine brush, and I can't decide. Yeah, I think I want to take Belle, which is a much lighter, again, like a champagne shimmer, and I'm going to press that just right here on the inner corner just to brighten things up. That's pretty. It's very subtle, but it is pretty, and it does give like a brightness to it, especially when I bring it up a little bit. Oh yeah. Okay, definitely. I'm going to reinforce this a million times. Little Town, use it with a glitter glue, because again, it is kind of going everywhere, but it is so pretty that I don't care. So something I've been liking again lately, this might mess up the whole look, but we'll see. I'm going to go into Winter's Night, which is definitely a frosty white, and I'm tapping away like almost all of the excess, and I want to pop that right here under the brow. I've been just kind of liking to have that little shimmer under the brow again. I used to do this like, what, 2003 or something like that? Oh my gosh, whoop, too much. I don't know, it's just kind of fun, like, why the hell not, right? YOLO. All right, so finally, I'm going to take the flat brush, which is the E15, and I'm going into Beast, which is a very deep, dark, matte navy blue. I'm tapping off most of it, and not most of it, excuse me, any excess. And I'm just gonna press that into the lash line. Like this is something where you might barely see it, but because I have blue eyes and, you know, these golds help to bring that out, this also kind of helps to bring it out as well. So, and I feel like it also kind of helps to ground the look and make the lashes look a little bit thicker. This is my perfect brush for this exact purpose. All right, I used 7 out of 12 shades, and I'm happy with that. I think it's very pretty. You could do this look with like 2 shades, but here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hop off, and I'm gonna do some mascara. I don't know if I'm gonna do a whole lot of liner. I think I might just kind of leave it like that. Maybe something light in the waterline to brighten it up. And I'll be back. We're gonna do the cheeks and the lips. All right, I did my mascara and I used some of the ColourPop Honeydew liner on the inner waterline. I never know how to feel about these, like, you know, flesh colored, my flesh colored liners on the inner waterline. How do you guys feel about it? I never know. Okay, so let's move on to this cheek palette. They say I don't want to use this for this. I like using that for contour. So let me get, this is the brush I like using for blush. So this is the BK Beauty 106. And I think today I want to go with, oh wait, they both have a shimmer to them. Interesting. So this one is more like satiny, some beauty within, and then something sweet is pinky. So I'm going to go into the pinky one. I'm going to dab it very, very lightly because I don't know if you can tell. Yeah, you can. Like how much is already on that brush. And then I'm going to dab this on to see the pigment. Oh, she's pigmented. Okay. Pigmented, but really, really pretty. Ooh, and she builds up. She builds up a little too much, maybe. You know what? I'll be honest. It's kind of hard to tell if it has a light sheen or not because I definitely have glitter coming off of that one shade still. But I do think it does have like a little bit of a sheen. This is very, very, very pretty. It's just a nice color, right? And these do build up. Like I'll use all 3 shades in here. Ooh, I do like that. As far as highlighter, it's always my Moda BMX 265 Glow Brush. And I keep trying to go around like the designs on here because they're so pretty. But the shade is called Lumiere. There's not a whole lot of like fallout when I tap it. So I'm curious to see if on the skin you can see it. Oh yeah, you can. That's pretty. Do you see? Oh my goodness. Ooh. See, their highlighters are literally like those glow from within highlighters. You can see it. And there is definitely a yellowy gold tinge to it. So I do think that if you have a very deep skin tone, this might show up a little too yellowy on you now that I'm looking at it up close. But I do think that it's very, very pretty. I love the formula of these. Ooh, yeah, yep. All right, I have wiped away my lip balm. I do want to line a tiny bit before I put on one of these lip creams. This is just ColourPop BFF2. All right, now which shade do I want to use? Like I immediately gravitate towards this kind of like deeper rose color, but like, do I want to try one of these light ones? I'm nervous to try these light ones. Let's do it. Okay, this shade is called Bonjour. It's going to be way too light, but let's try. You know what? No, I'm going to use both. I am going to use the darker one, which is Adventure, and then I'll put Bonjour like right in the center to give it like a little bit of a pop. These are so pretty. Do they smell? No. These go on so creamy and beautiful. Now, these are not liquid lipstick, so it's not like if I kiss my hand, there will be no, like, there's definitely something there. And I do think that you'll need to reapply these after eating, but now I'm going in. Again, is this Bonjour? My gosh, the writing is so small. I am 43. I just had a birthday, so now I'm 43, and I guess maybe that's the thing to go. So I just want to pop this in the center. Ooh, yeah, I like that combo. I like that combo. Okay. So here is my final look with the Sigma Beauty and the Beast collection. I think this collection is absolutely beautiful. I think it's so beautiful, and I think it appeals to so many people because, again, I love my bright colors and my neons and my deep, dark, smoky colors. But at the same time, there is something so to be said for a look that maybe just like enhances what you have. And I always feel like eye looks like this make my eyes look super blue. I love a cheek like this, just a glowing, pretty cheek. And this lip is stunning. Just All of it. I don't know. I'm really, really happy with this collection. And again, like I always say that I look for things that push me outside my comfort zone, right? And you might look at a bronzy neutral collection and be like, why the hell would you say that's pushing you outside of your comfort zone? Because the thing is, a lot of times I will look and go, oh, I've got that in some other palette. I've got that in some other palette. You know what? This quality, I don't have in a ton of palettes. I do have great quality makeup, but like, I'm starting to really appreciate quality over quantity. The older I get, the more my collection is becoming a little bit more curated, the more I really appreciate the quality, and the quality is so here. It's always there with Sigma. So I don't know. I'm very, very, very thankful to have received this collection. One thing I will say, if you made it this far to the end, guess what? I'm going to do a giveaway. I want you to go to this picture on my Instagram where I showed the entire Beauty and the Beast collection all laid out. Go to that picture and leave the falling rose emoji. The falling rose emoji. You have to be following me, but leave that emoji, and somebody, I would like to gift this brush to you. So this is the F44 Powder Sculpt brush, and it's very beautiful, and this is the one with Belle on the ferrule, and I would like to give this to one of you. It's going to be a US only giveaway for now. I'm so sorry, but with tracking, I just always want to be able to track my prizes to make sure you guys receive the best. And I'll put a few other things in there with this if I can, but I would like to gift this brush to one of you. Let me see the retail value of this brush. All right, this brush retails for $31, so I know this isn't a massive giveaway, but I would like to gift this to one of you. So again, make sure you go to the picture I said and leave the falling rose emoji, and I will pick one of you to win. But that's it. I would love to know your thoughts down below. Make sure you tell me what your favorite Disney movies are. Let's talk Disney at any given time, any given place. If you approach me on the street, let's just talk about Disney, because I would love that. But let me know how you feel about this collection. If you're planning on picking anything up, everything is linked down below, and I would love to know your thoughts. You all can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Those are all GlitterFallout. And as always and forever, you are super freaking rock stars. And I love you so much with my whole heart. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.